Good day, Selfish. You are watching the Double M where every mind matters and every opinion counts. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the hottest issue and the most pressing controversy we Filipinos are facing today. And boni pinakatumpak nga grabe na atong istoryaan karon. So joining me here today are the three gorgeous ladies. So there you have.
Hi guys.
So before we start, could you please introduce yourselves?
So my name is Shirty. I'm Ali. My name is Gold.
Before anything else, I would like to welcome you to Double M. So guys, how are you feeling at this moment?
Well, for me, I'm doing great, especially in modern time. I understand the problem of the way here.
Wow.
How about you?
Well, for me, even though it was so hot, but yeah, I'm doing great. We've all seen this most top issue right now in the Philippines, and despite billions spread about the flood control projects, what are your insights about flood control? Yes, ang pinakapatok dyan ng issue nga itong giatubang karon.
The flood control project is really controversy right now, right?
Yes.
Because there's a lot of factor why it happened, how, and a lot of people are being affected right now because of that. And a lot of people are blaming some politicians, but what is really the main cause of this issue?
Yes, that's what you said, Trixie. Yeah, sorry. When we talk about flood control, most people are thinking that kanang gabalik-balik na siya nga issue, right? Then without even addressing that certain issue. So when we talk about flood control, what are your Aliyah? I would like to ask you what are your thoughts about when we talk about flood control?
Yes. So this had been a project ever since
Yes.
2016, right?
Yes.
And karon pa siya ni boom ang issue because we were experiencing
Yes.
such floods and typhoons right now in the Philippines. And it's not just selective magod. So dili ra a certain group ang maka-experience ana, it's everyone.
Yes, tanan.
It's everyone. That's why
Ma-
kanang boom siya nga issue because everyone is experiencing
It's just like
that.
So
domino
everybody
effect.
is being invested in that issue,
Yes.
right? Because not just only a single persons are involved, but all of us.
Yes,
The whole
that's
country.
true. The whole country is suffering right
Yeah.
now because of that
Especially
issue.
the money that's been used for that is not just the people who created the project, but all the people in this country is paying their taxes.
Yes,
Even though their salary is just a little, but they were required to pay salary. If their salary is gonna meet for them to pay taxes, and then what happened to their money, right?
Yes.
That's true. That's why people are angry because not only that we are suffering from the result of that corruption, but we are also what do you call this? Maybe it's some sort of a fraud or a scam because there was
Yes.
no project to
Napasa lang
begin with.
tayo.
Yeah, just like
The ghost
Yes.
renta sa
Yeah.
ano.
Oh my
And
goodness.
did you know, guys, na those did you heard about the news that those projects are just subdivision? I mean, the materials are not kinda allocated properly. So in that case, this issue, I know that there are the main root or the causes of this. For you, what's the main cause of it?
Can you really say that it's corruption? I mean, yes, it's corruption, but the main root isn't really corruption, or is it the inner self of the person behind that one, right? Like, you can commit corruptions if your inner self is clear, like, you're full of, like, when you can think right, like, this is wrong, why should I do corruption if I know that I will harm everybody? A lot of people will be harmed with this. But what do you think with it? The really main roots of this? For me, it's somehow came from the inner self of a person, the way they think, the way their conscience. And if you have conscience, you can think that, oh, I don't want to do this because this action will not help everybody. It will just help myself because I have a lot of money with
Yes.
this, right?
Well, in addition to that, there are outdated infrastructure and yes, and for you, ano kaya?
Well, the cause of corruption is very well broad.
Yeah.
There are many factors to it.
Yes.
It could be because of self gain.
Yeah.
That's what they want for themselves, and maybe it is also because they are forced to do it or they have no choice.
Yeah. Some cases it happens.
Because, well, most of the time it's a choice.
Yeah.
Having no choice is a
Yes.
choice.
You always have these choices, man.
Yeah, that's true. So basically, what lead to this corruption is, let's just say there is a lot story to tell other than the flood control issues.
Yes, you're right. There's a hidden story about this. This story are not kanang spoken or yes, gitago, tinatago
So-
lamang.
So the issue that boomed about the flood control is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
Yeah. You
There
just
is
know that
something
there's corruption
beneath it.
happened between
Yes.
the flood control.
So when we talk
project.
about the tip there is we know that there is flood control.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how about the hidden
Hidden.
side? Yeah? The hidden. What's the story behind it?
And I actually heard a theory about it.
Yes, it is true that there's a theory or a model proposed by Freud about that certain behavior. This is what we call as the conscious, the subconscious or the preconscious, and the the last one is the below, which is the unconscious. So when we talk about conscious, means that certain issue is very visible. It is evident to our eyes. We know that there is flood control.
You know that
there
there's
exists
corruption.
yeah, there is
Yeah,
corruption, and yes, there is a rally. But when we talk about preconscious and subconscious, what's the main cause or the root causes of this behind that certain issue?
Just like we know that there are kind of contractors like
Yes,
contractors, but we
Just
know
like
that
mga
contractors are being backed up by the
Yes.
senators.
Yes.
That's actually
Yeah.
slowly revealing
Yeah.
slowly revealing that
that there are senators involved.
yes,
Because how will they get the
Project. The fund.
yes? How will they get the gut to steal from the country if no one is backing them up?
Yes,
Diba?
that's really true. Because without someone's backing them, how will they
Yeah,
corrupt
they
a
won't
lot
have,
of money?
they won't have the courage to
Yes.
even steal in the very first place.
and the last part is what we called as the unconscious, means there's really story nga ilang gitaguan, means
that we do not know about.
that we did not but that we did not know behind it, means
So what for you? What
for
is
you this the
story?
hidden
Do you
well
think it is the story of this flood
I-
control project?
for me lang ha, in my own opinion, there's I think
With whole
pinapalito lang nila tayo. Yeah.
I feel like they won't the people behind those stuff would not be held accountable
Yes,
for what
that's
they're doing.
that's really
Yes.
true. That's what happened. But that's
Kaya
what's been
nga-
happening in the Philippines right now. It's been happening a decades ago.
Yes, the story
It's
the
still
history is
repeating itself.
and to
Just a
know
cycle.
that those projects started during the build
Yeah.
program on 2016 during the late President Rodrigo Roa Duterte,
Yeah.
right? And it is still evident up until today. So
it's very sad.
This issue is really hard to get to the bottom of it, right? Because we know that it happens. These are the some reasons. But what really is the root of it? Like, how can we solve that if we don't
Yes.
even know the main root?
That is the
We just know the branches, the fruit, which is the
Corruption
yeah,
itself. Right?
yeah.
Yes.
That's why we
Yes,
can
it-
see a flood control project that is really built strong. A flood control project, but when the typhoons, it easily broke. It can even hold a slim or I mean a little flood.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So it's really hard to diminish the story behind the corruption. But what we can do right now is to speak about it, to
Yes.
actively
To actively
participate.
Yes, I agree
and
with you.
voicing out your opinions
That's
because
really true.
But
that's
did you know that when talk about rally, it's somewhat like it's violence instead
I
of
actually-
voicing out.
I actually
Yes, we
do
know
not
that
see
there's
it
a
as
freedom of
something
expression, but not in a violence way.
So there's nothing wrong in the rally. It's not violent actually. There is lang, we're just using our voice. So we're gonna be heard on the mga officials that is seated in the Senate mga. And then there's nothing wrong on fighting, but there is something wrong. That's why we fight
Yes.
for our rights and for the justice.
And by that, we need to address this issue, right?
Yeah.
Because just like we need to first step is we need to be aware of, just like we need to be politically aware.
Yes.
Yes.
really
politically-
neutral.
Yes,
Yeah.
not
Be
neutral.
politically
Yes.
aware. But
Yeah, just yeah. And Freud said bringing the unconscious to conscious. We need to bring unconscious to conscious. Do you get me?
Yes, like
We should know
yeah,
the unconscious
the
part,
hidden story,
the
so that we can
Yes.
achieve to how we can
Yes.
really solve these issues or meditate.
Yeah, in the same way, we need to like public transparency, like also we need to be actively participate or citizen participation, and we need a kind of accountability that can help what do you call that, can help bring hidden issues into the light. And we need to know about that certain issue. We need to be aware. That's the very first step we need to do, because if not, the cycle will repeat itself, right? To simply put, our actions are nothing without our words are nothing without actions.
So to wrap it up, it really connects to the Freud iceberg model, where we know the conscious part, we find what's the next to unconscious. The conscious part is the unconscious, the pre-conscious rather, and lastly the unconscious is the hidden part. Hidden part, yeah. But before we end this, could you please share any ideas or words or things that can you say about this topic? About okay.
Just for me, that cousin story behind the rock. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
For me, I feel like they're the need to know the emotion. Yeah.
And how about you?
So, if we keep ignoring the unconscious, it will come back stronger. So, no need to ignore them.
Before we end this episode, we would like also to thank the 137 Street Cafe for having us here today, and of course to our very gorgeous and beautiful ladies beside me. So thank you guys for your presence, and until next time, see you guys. Bye.
And this is Global Influence, where everybody matters, never think it counts.